All right, all right, guys. Today we're gonna talk about a priori, and some of the problems with a priori statements, like Kant, for example, he talks about how um, time and space are a priori in the mind, and so on. And what is a priori? A priori is the suggestion that there is something true without a previous experience or observation. Now, this definition may be debatable, mainly because I took this definition from the dictionary itself. So, this is what the dictionary would say about a priori as such. Now, why do people have problems about a priori? Well, the reason why people have problems about a priori is because you're trying to suggest that you can conclude to something without some kind of experience or observation, right? So everybody has a problem with, well, I won't say everyone, but obviously not Kant. But uh, the idea is that it is impossible to not have experience or observation about something, right? And so this is why a lot of people have problems with any suggestion of something being a priori as such. Because in order for you to suggest or even begin to suggest that there is something a priori, it means that you had to use some type of experience, some type of observation to then conclude that there was something a priori, right? Which means that we can only have an ironic conclusion, meaning all all a posteriori. Oh my god, I can't even say the word. All a posteriori are a priori. I know I pronounced this word wrong, but a posteriori is basically just the suggestion that we had to use experience and observation to get our knowledge, right? But here's the thing, right? Here's the ironic thing, right? What is being suggested in all of this is that actually there is an a priori. But the only a priori is the fact that we must use experience and observation, that we cannot be without experience and some type of observation to conclude to something, right? So that means that all of our deductions from experience and observation would reveal that there is an a priori, but the a priori is actually not the actual deduction or the content of said experience or observation, but rather the fact that we must, without a doubt, have experience or an observation. And so it would actually suggest that there is one, and we can all see how it kind of falls back on itself, because in order to say that there is one, you have to use some type of experience and observation. Like you cannot not escape this. Like it's impossible to escape this, right? Because in order for you to suggest that there isn't a priori, you had to have used an assumption that there wasn't, right? And then you thought through it, and then you thought through it, you started experiencing some things, and so on, and then you start realizing, oh, that's not true. There is an a priori, right? And then you say whatever that a priori is. But then that's strange, because then you're suggesting that there is something prior to experience and observation. Um, but then we get the more ironic conclusion that there is an a priori, mainly because the one thing that makes a priori impossible is actually the very thing that makes a priori possible. Meaning that the ability to have experience, the idea that we must have experience and observation will always be a priori. It means the very function that allows us to suggest an a priori is a priori. But the trap that we fall into is the idea that whatever content of the a priori that we find is a priori. No, actually it's not. It's the function of the a priori that allows us to suggest that there is an a priori in the first place. But, of course, the reason that realization is a posteriori. A posteriori, gosh, that word. Yeah, but that word is always after the fact, right? And so it always suggests that because it's after the fact, there is no a priori. But actually, no, this whole function, this whole oscillation between, the content of an a priori and the realization or post hoc realization, it would suggest that there is no a priori. But it's like, no, actually, the whole ground of itself is a priori as such, because it has to allow us to suggest an a priori in the first place, right? The fact that it allows us to suggest an a priori suggests that there is one, but of course it has to be impossible to suggest that there is something possible, because we always, that means that what is a priori is that we can never be without experience or observation. That is literally it. The trap is that we apply the content to our experience and observation, suggesting what the a priori is. No, in some sense, we're correct that we don't know what the a priori is, but it has to be so general that it's basically, the a priori is basically this: the idea that we cannot be without experience or observation, which means that this post hoc realization suggests the a priori, right? and then we could say, oh no, I disagree, and then we will just continually follow into some ironic loop of always suggesting an a priori, because again, the one thing that will never change is that you must have experience or observation. We can say that this is a given, which makes it ironic because that means we do have knowledge, but it's the function that exists. That we realize the function in suggesting that there is an a priori. But the a priori is not. Anyways, I know I'm actually getting people probably more confused by continuing to talk about this. But anyways, yeah, I think hopefully you guys get it. That it's impossible, that the very impossibility actually proves that there isn't an a priori. That's really it. But yeah, all right. Take care, guys.